We've had 3 major deadlines with Coastal Queen. The first was the launch, the second was, getting the boat to the commissioning party, and the third is the Mystic Wooden Boat Show. Final items are being completed on the rooftop of the pilot house. The air horn is going on. We've just received the searchlight from the sandblasters. She's got a few different antennas for Wi-Fi. One is a cellular antenna and one is a Starlink unit. So Corey was up there the other day.
Installing the Starlink. Elon Musk invented this mysterious box with satellites in the sky, I don't know. So we mount this box on the roof and connect wires to the internet, and it's just a redundancy for internet connection. So when we're at a port, the internet connects to the marina or wherever we're at. When we're intercoastal or close to the coastline, the cellular can pick up the internet, but then when we're too far out or something's wrong with the cellular, the Starlink satellites pick that up. So no matter where we are, we got redundancy of internet connection.
Final plumbing is wrapping up now. We're getting small things like ice makers plumbed in properly. Obviously with the tile work that's being completed, shower fixtures are going in, so the plumbing is being brought up to those shower fixtures.
First time doing any tile on a boat, so it's pretty interesting. A little different than a house, that's for sure. Everything's angled and nothing to really measure off of, so you gotta be pretty careful. Kind of weird because you're actually moving the entire time while you're trying to do all this stuff. Once you get the grout in, it really finishes it off nicely. Gets everything sealed up good and ready to go. More you come out here, does that do anything?
Among many of the tasks in the forward cabins is finishing up the beadboard in the overhead. There's not one piece that is the same as another piece. So it's making templates for every single spot, cutting them out, putting lighting in them so that it's very specific areas where lighting is going to go.
Most of the furniture, the door jambs, trim, all that stuff in the boat is sapele. Sapele is actually from equatorial West Africa. True mahogany is found in the Caribbean, Central America, Northern South America, or Southeast Asian, some of them are West African. There are something like 32 woods that are commercially traded as mahogany. I've been working on some of the cabinetry in Coastal Queen, and this is a closet door that I built for the captain's stateroom, and I put it together. I put it together with bridle joints, it's called. So basically it's one piece slips into the other and there's adhesive in there. You can see that the panels in the middle are mirror images of each other. It's something that cabinet makers they call it bookmatching. So basically you would take a piece of wood and you cleave it down the middle and then you open it up and then you make the panels out of the both sides.
Yesterday we did 4 coats of primer on the stateroom guest quarters area of the Queen, and today came in, did a bunch of sanding, and now we're going to go in and we're going to spray 2-3 coats of paint, but it takes 3-4 hours to do that, so we're fully suited for all that time in this heat. It's about 90 degrees out here and we're trying to spray down in the Queen. So we have a fresh air system that pumps air into our respirators. The only problem is having it on the dock, you're pumping hot air, really hot air. Not just hot air out here, but it heats up these hoses. And so what we're doing is we're running it out of Entice's staterooms. So we're gonna draw her AC into our mast. We've blocked off the gyro room and the engine room, and down there has turned into its own spray booth, which we really didn't have to build much because the whole thing is being painted, so the whole thing is its own booth.
We've got so much activity in there, and we knew this was going to come down to this in the end. We've got Galvin trying to figure out the plumbing Louis in there working on trim. Chris Sanders is in there trying to build the little cabinet doors and stuff like that that are in the head itself and just outside.
The crew head on the port side of the boat has this really kind of unusually shaped dead space that's just to the right of the sink if you're using the sink. And I thought it would be a good idea to make some heavy-duty drawer boxes for linens or what have you. So I have some very heavy-duty drawer slides that are going to go on these, but you'll notice that they're not all the same size. In fact, they get consecutively larger the higher up they go because of the shape of the boat. So I was trying to maximize the available space for the crew. That's one of the funnest parts about boat building, really, is you have a very small space with which you have to do a great deal. So part of the adventure is figuring out how to maximize every little square inch. One of the things I love about this stage of boat building is that the broad strokes are done, and now you've got a million little things to do, but you're trying to take the finite amount of space that you have and do as much as you possibly can with it.
If they're underwater, you're not going to get a real good look at. Do you know how big the property is? I forget. My father and I spent the better half of a day adjusting the waterline of the boat. We had it taken out, we hauled it, and we had markings with screws where the waterline was after we weighed it down. You had a previous episode of that. We weighed it down with barrels to simulate the water and the fuel and the chain and everything else. So when it was at that level, Mac and my dad put screws at the waterline, marking where it is. We adjusted the waterline with a laser. We got this crazy laser level. It's like the coolest, most useful, versatile tool that we got that you never think of, but like it shoots a laser in any plane that you want it to, and you can kind of connect dots. All these pieces of tape are marking the top of the laser line.